Welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. Check this out. So it's first thing in the morning and I'm over here at the building and I've been doing some experimenting. This concrete right here, 15.9 degrees, 15.8. It's been pretty cold. Now I've been trying to figure out if it's worth using the fan on the wood stove or not. For a while there, I thought it really didn't make a difference, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're inside the garage now. The floor in here, 59.9 degrees, 59.9. The wall, 61.6. Now later on today, it'll be a lot warmer than that in here. Yesterday, I kind of left the fire burned down. I think I put wood on it about 6 p.m. last night, and I came back over this morning and got her cranking. Now, over here in the game room, the floor temperature is 67.7 degrees. Do like a outside wall temperature, 70.3. Do the ceiling, 69.5, we'll call it. So today I am running the fan. Normally I don't. I checked everything yesterday and I'm just trying to get an idea on, if it's worth using or not. I hadn't seen a big difference before, but I'm starting to sway the other way. Now the temperature of the stove right now, she's cooking. 550 degrees, give or take. Bottom of the pipe, 235. Go part way up the pipe, 176. Now you want to see something amazing? The back of the wood stove, what is that? 15 inches from the wall. 86.9 degrees, 87. I don't know how they do that. It's incredible. 87 back here. Now I'm showing 640 degrees out here. I'm going to shoot some different parts of that. It can't be that cool. 92, down towards the bottom. 97. Come over here to this side. Checking outside wall here. 72 degrees. So let's look at this. The wood right here, 70.1. The metal, 69.4. The wood stays just a little bit warmer than the metal. Now this corner, we're in the garage now, is the farthest point from the wood stove. 62 degrees. The ceiling, 64.5. So I've got about a 5-degree temperature difference from this corner to over where the wood stove is, but that's about 70 feet away. Now, I am by no means a heating and cooling expert, far from it. However, I have learned quite a bit throughout this whole process. I did have an expert come out here when we were just kind of getting started. We had the building framed up and I think the concrete was poured, and I had a heating and cooling guy come out, and what he was suggesting and what I did are completely two different things, and I couldn't be more happier, and I spent way less money. I think it all comes down to the insulation. Now in the attic we did the blown in insulation, which I think is the ticket. I was going back and forth on spray foam or just bats in the walls, and I did not do the spray foam. And the only reason I didn't, well, one, it was more money, but that's not the real reason. I thought it would seal the building up too much, and having a wood stove in there, I didn't want that. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is I'm thrilled with the setup that we have. I really am. But anyway, today's video is going to be all over the place. First up, Hunter and I are going to make a sheets run. Then we're going to come back and get on the excavator. We're going to go out in the woods and do a little bit of work while it's nice and frozen. And then I'm gonna get real crazy. I think I'm gonna hop in the truck and drive to West Virginia and maybe hunt down there this afternoon, hike around a little bit. I was looking at some of the trail camera pictures and they got a little bit of snow down there, and it looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day. We're about caught up on things here. Levi is just finishing up the rest of the fire starter orders from this past weekend, and we've been super busy. We have, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna head to West Virginia. All right, the Huntman and I are on our way back from Sheets. We're in a little construction zone here. A little miscommunication with the flaggers. All right, the Huntman and I got back from Sheets. Gonna warm up the excavator. I'm out here working on the road, going back to the clearing. I just took down a couple small trees and gathered up some firewood poles. But I had an idea. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it or not. I'll think about it over the next day or two. But, you know, I'm gonna have about another 50 or 75 trees to take out. We're gonna go that direction about 100 feet. There's not much in there at all. There's a cherry. It's split right up the middle. That's a wind damaged tree, and a few little maples. But I'd like to get down. I'm gonna leave those nice oaks down there so I can extend that about 100 feet that way, about another 7,500 feet that way, and down towards the mini cabin. So let's say it's 75 more trees, plus another 10 or 15 back towards the house. We're looking at 100 more trees to take down, get the stumps out. And I don't know, the 57, the excavator, does fantastic. It does. But I have been debating, I might just rent for a couple days like a 35,000 pound excavator with a thumb on it. Even a weekly rental is going to be somewhere around 2,500 bucks. I don't know. I got to think about it. You have to consider what is the best use of your time, and I own that machine right there. So say it would take me 3 weeks on and off using that machine, or 3 days with a bigger machine. You know, like a 35,000 pound machine, when you're digging stumps and doing heavy work like that, you can basically figure a good rule of thumb is that's a 13,000 pound machine. So if you go with something that weighs 3 times as much, generally speaking, it's going to be 3 times as fast. Now, if you're digging a little water line or sewer line or, you know, smaller work, that machine, my KX57, would probably be faster. But when you're getting into the heavy work, I don't know, I got to think about it. Yeah, like a 35,000 pound excavator, I could knock this out pretty quick. Maybe before I do that, if I do that, we'll get all these firewood poles cut up and moved out of the way, and we'll get ready for a big old brush pile right over there somewhere. Like I said, those trees are going to be gone, but I've got piles of brush down by the mini cabin all along this road, and everything that I would generate from another 100 trees, we're gonna have a big old fire right over there this winter, get rid of that and the majority of the stumps. So I could use that big machine back here clearing all the trees, and then we're gonna walk back towards the house. Also, what I'm doing back here is tricking the deer into thinking deer season's over. It's not even halfway through rifle season right now. Maybe those big bucks are like, all right, that idiot's back running around the woods on a machine. We're good. Little do they know. All right, we're gonna head back towards the house. Once we get to the top of this little hill here, this will all make sense. But it is a straight shot, straight as an arrow, all the way back to the clearing in the woods. The only place there will be a turn in it is about 150 feet from the house there. There'll be a slight turn, and the reason is there's a big valley there. It would require a lot of fill if I had taken the road that direction. But as you can see out ahead of me here, I took down a little cherry and another dead maple this morning, and right over in there I got a big maple. There's 5 or 6 of them right there, and a little cherry. I'll take that out, a little dirt from the high side up there, knock that hump out, and even a little bit where I'm sitting right now, and I'll use that for fill at the top of that valley right there. But yeah, it's a straight shot all the way back. We'll spin around here. That's what I was after. So yeah, I don't know. This machine here is definitely more than capable. Just takes a little bit longer than if you had a bigger machine. Which is why on, you know, big clearing jobs, you don't see 12 and 13,000 pound excavators. You see the bigger stuff. But like this maple right here, all these trees right here would have to come out. This one, this one, this one, that cherry right there. There's a couple on this side over here. And then right over by the house, there's 1 or 2 big ones there. But right through here is where I'd like to fill, right? And take this sharp bend out of it and widen everything out. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I'll have to think about it, call around, get some prices on a rental. But I'm gonna head back over to the building, park this machine, and I got a few things to do. Then we'll gather up some stuff, hop in the truck, and head down to West Virginia. We're gonna be all over the place today. When I'm down there, I'm gonna do a little hunting. Also gonna get a Christmas tree, another Charlie Brown tree down there. We got one last year, and I mentioned last week or something, it is amazing how fast those white pines grow. I got our Christmas tree from the power line where it crosses through right beside the road there, and those trees will get cut down anyway at some point. But in just a year's time, I've got trees that filled out pretty nice and grew probably 2 feet in just a year. All right, we are on the road to West Virginia. It's starting to get a little bit overcast, but I don't think they're calling for any more snow today. The day before yesterday, I guess down around Morgantown, West Virginia. Interstate 79 was closed. There were wrecks everywhere. I guess it snowed a little bit, melted, then refroze, snowed some more, and the plow and the salt trucks weren't ready for it, but it was just gridlocked from what I heard. I think at the cabin they got maybe 3 inches of snow. I don't know, I'm just going by the trail camera pictures, but it's definitely white on the ground, and it's been cold enough. I know that it's not melted off by now, so we're just gonna take our time. We should get down there by about 2 o'clock. We'll be able to hunt for about 3 hours, hike around a little bit, get a Christmas tree, and just kind of see what's up. What I'm looking forward to seeing with the snow on the ground is which way all the deer are moving. I have a pretty good idea, but since it just snowed the other day, we should get a pretty good feel for which way they're coming into the property and crossing through and moving on to another property. But we'll have to see. All right, we're up here by Cooper's Rock right now, starting to see a little bit of snow in the higher elevations here. Hopefully there's still some down at the cabin. Make for a nice walk in the woods. All right, we just got out of the town of Albright and we're headed up the mountain. Should be some snow up at the top, more than what we have down here. We'll see. We're about 15-20 minutes out from the cabin. All right, we're about 5 minutes out from the cabin. There's a giant load of electricity over there. That's a long one. All right, we're just about to the cabin. Here's the property line right here. I think what I'm gonna do is take the truck over to the cabin, which you get down this road about a quarter mile, then hang a right. There's a deer right there looking at me. There's 2 of them back there. 3. That's a good sign. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna park up at the gate, and then I'm gonna walk down this road here, and then I'm gonna go into the White Pines and just take my time and make my way back to the cabin and the truck. You know, get there right before dark. That's kind of what the plan is. All right, just pulled into the gate. The sun is actually peeking through a little bit right now. Nice afternoon for a walk. All right, we're gonna head in somewhere's right in here. Just take about 10 or 15 steps and wait a little bit and just keep doing that until I get back to the cabin. I got about 2 hours before it gets dark. There's tracks in here everywhere. It's kind of hard to make heads or tails of it. But right through here, there's more of a defined trail. There's a whole bunch of those, I think they call them pine squirrels. There's 4 or 5 of them up there. But anyway, I've been standing here for about 5 minutes, and I saw 4 doe up that way. It's starting to open up a little bit, where you can see a little bit, but they were just moving slow They're out there about 75, 80 yards. I was able to check them all out. I'm pretty sure they're all doe. Then what happens when I'm hunting, I get distracted by looking at all the trees. Look at that white pine right there. A lot of boards in that tree. There's one over that way, about 100 yards. I can't tell what it is. There's actually several bedded down over there. I saw one doe. I can't tell what the rest of them are. They're straight down there. Maybe even a little over 100 yards. I never would have seen them without this little bit of snow. I've been slowly walking towards those ones bedded down over there. I'm within about 50 yards now. Here's some beds right here from this morning probably. These might all be doe, I can't tell. There's turkey tracks everywhere. As soon as I got here, I checked my my phone. I got a bunch of notifications from a camera right up there. I'll show you what was on it. Yeah, you won't be able to see it, but out ahead of me about 75 yards is the whole turkey brigade. They're all headed down towards the cabin. That's all turkey tracks. All right, just got in the truck. Yeah, I saw 9 deer total. It was a nice little afternoon for a walk. I know one thing, I'm glad I put a coat on. I was thinking about just wearing a hoodie with my vest, but it's cold, especially once you get back in those pines. But I'm gonna grab a Christmas tree and then hammer on home, and we'll talk again by the wood stove. So when I walked down here, I had one picked out. It's kind of hard to remember where it's at though. I think that's her right there. Yeah. I got 10 chainsaws at home. Oh, that's a beaut right there. I made it back. It's about 9 o'clock right now. Just got home. I stopped at Bass Pro, did a little Christmas shopping. Just pulled in, put some wood on the fire. I told Melissa earlier just to let it burn down. It was getting pretty warm in here. So I got the door open. I'll get her ripping here in no time. But I want to tell you something. The other day, I showed this scope and I told the story how I damaged it. It's a Vortex. And many of you told me something that I was not aware of, that Vortex will replace this even though I'm the one that screwed it up. I had no idea. And a lot of people said their customer service is real good. So I might reach out to them tomorrow and see what they can do. But anyway, that was a good day. It was a lot of windshield time. I just like going to West Virginia. I could have hunted out here at the mini cabin. It's still hunting season here in Pennsylvania. But I just want to get down there, check things out, hike around a little bit. And it was funny because when I stopped at Bass Pro, I got a bunch of notifications on my phone for trail camera pictures. I have a couple cell cameras down in West Virginia, and I have one out by the mini cabin. I thought, wouldn't that be something if like 4 o'clock this monster buck was out in that field, but it was just a doe. But I do have a pile of pictures from West Virginia over the last couple of days. So I think we'll end this video. I'll share some of those pictures with you. I hope you enjoy them. I love looking at those trail cam pictures. I don't know why. I just, you never know what you're gonna see, you know? But anyway, let's end this video with that, and I appreciate y'all being here. I really do, and I will catch you on the next one.